I'm Chuck Frederick, owner slash administrator of Helping Hands Residential Care Home. And today we'll be discussing what real estate investing from a residential standpoint look like in 2025. So I chose to do this topic today because I received an Instagram message. And for those who you've been reaching out to me on Instagram, I've been trying to get back to everybody. And if I haven't reached out to you directly, it's because I plan on making a video regarding the question you inboxed me. So stay tuned. I got some things coming down the pipe to answer those questions. But the message I received was, I see assisted living from a real estate perspective. I want to ask you if it's really worth from a financial perspective. I understand that the spiritual component is rewarding to be able to serve the residents and offer them a safe and clean place to spend their last years. I would like to know if money wise it's a sound investment. Please give me your raw, unfiltered opinion. Message him back, but I thought that maybe this was something that a few people had questions about. And don't be mistaken, I'm a real estate investor first. I never had plans of doing any assisted living. It was an opportunity to provide that space and still be able to take care of my family at the same time. So at the end of the day, the lady has to be taken care of, the kids have to be taken care of, and you can't do that by having a nonprofit or just not being able to make money from this business. So rest assured, we're going to go over some things right now, and I want to just give you guys the broadest perspective of the real estate market in 2025 and different investments and what you can potentially make. And I did it in Palm Beach County. That's where I'm from. My facility isn't in that area, but I wanted to attack this area because I'm pretty familiar with the market. So let's check this out. So we got residential real estate in 2025. So right here we have a regular 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom home, 1,800 square feet, roughly 520,000 purchase price. So this home sold. This was actually on Zillow. All I did was just looked up homes in a nice area, the price range, and what we can expect to pay. So based on that, 520,000 purchasing with 3.5% down, 6.5% interest rate, and this can give or take. That can be higher or lower depending on your credit score or what rates are at the time. We have an estimated mortgage of about 4,100 a month. So we have our property taxes, homeowners insurance. There's also mortgage insurance in there as well. So that's the entire mortgage that you expect to pay for a 4-2 in Palm Beach Gardens. Now, Airbnb. If we were to Airbnb this same property, this 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom property on Airbnb, we could potentially make $5,000 a month. All right. So as I was saying, 15 days, $332 a night, bring you about $5,000, and that minus the $4,100 per month for the mortgage, and that puts you at a net income profit of $880. I also looked up comps for single family homes in the area if you just were to rent to a family. So we have $4,800 per month and $5,500 a month. But keep in mind that those property have 2,500 square foot living space, and this one has 2,800. Our subject property has 1740. So that's about 700, 800, 1,000 square feet difference. You want to keep that in mind. I wouldn't go the single family route. But if that's your thing, then that's your thing. Also, they have 2 additional half bathrooms. So these were the only comps that were available. So you have to take these things in mind, when you think about, can I actually get this amount for rent? So 48, 5,500. So for the 5,500 minus the 4,100 per month for the mortgage, that's a net profit of $1,400 a month. Do I actually think you can get this amount? No, but I had to use the information that was available. Didn't want to put my own personal preference or expectations on it. I wanted to better get you guys some real data. So that is on a single family home. If you were to rent to a family, I wouldn't take that route in 2025, renting a home that's an investment property to a family, unless I was able to put a much larger down payment. And then you have house hacking. So that's where someone buys a home, they want to rent out a couple rooms, and all of these numbers that we're running and calculating is based on the numbers that we have with our initial $4,100 a month mortgage. So house hacking, we pull some comps. So this is a 4-3. Someone's that's renting out a bedroom in their home, $700 per month. So if you were someone that wanted to rent out 2 rooms at $700 a month, that's $1,400 that you'll be bringing in. You'll subtract that from your monthly mortgage, and that'll have you paying $2,700 a month on your mortgage. So house hacking is more so for people that are buying a home that's more expensive, that they want to be able to live in a nice place while actually sharing that space with someone, or just reducing their overhead. So they rent out a couple rooms, you stay on that side, I stay on this side, I get the house I want at the price I want, and it works. So just want to be able to go with some different strategies that people use in the real estate market, because this is what I do. All right. Moving on though. Then we have multifamily. So we use a completely different property, because I know some people, you multifamily, duplex, triplex, you live in one side, rent out the other, and you take that route as well as an investor. You can get up to 4 units. So based on the comps or properties that closed in the last year, this was the one that made the most sense for me financially. It's a triplex, 3 units, a 2-1. Each unit has 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, and they were bringing in $1,700 per month. So purchase price was $675,000. Over here, we have our purchase price, down payment of 3.5% for FHA loan, and then we have a $5,200 a month mortgage. So we got the principal and interest, property taxes, homeowners insurance, and then the PMI is included as well, the mortgage insurance. And I felt like these rents were a little low. $1,700 a month. I think that was a bit low. I think $2,000 a month is a good safe number. It could be a little higher, but just running those numbers, if you were to rent out each unit at $2,000 per month, $6,000 a month of income, minus the $5,200 a month for your mortgage, that'll bring you about $800 a month. So rents could be higher, mortgage could be lower, so it could be a little bit more, but you still not the best income in, I think, for a single family home in the real estate market in 2020-25. So I say all that to say and bring you to my final point, which is residential assisted living. So I pulled figures from 2 websites. I just went on Google and typed it in. Google says that Palm Beach Gardens, the rate is about $4,300 per month, which is higher than the state average. The state average, it says $4,000 per month. But I use Palm Beach Gardens specifically because I know that there are people in this area that don't accept less than $5,500 a month. So when they have people below $5,500, they send them to me. They like, hey, got someone for you. They only can afford this much. Let me know how it works out. So I know 100% that these numbers aren't the safest, but like I said, I want to use what the internet has so that it's something that you guys can reference when you decide to do something in the near future. So I put in Palm Beach Gardens. We couldn't specifically get numbers for Palm Beach Gardens. We're about up in this area here, but they put up Port St. Lucie. They have $5,800 a month. Didn't want to use that. We have 43 here, so I decided to calculate everything at $5,000 per month, which is much lower than what they are taking in Palm Beach Gardens. So we have all our expenses here. So everything else, I didn't fully break it down. I wanted to give you guys some real numbers here. So we have the $4,100 per month from the initial property that we were discussing. $10,000 per month payroll. That's night staff, day staff. $1,000 per month on food. So about $250 a week. That's realistic. Could be lower. Utilities. My light bill is $300. My water bill is like $2. And then you got your internet, phone, cable, those things for utilities, and $1,000 miscellaneous cleaning products and things that you may want to do, decorations and things like that. I do it just so you can have that extra decor to you to have the property looking nice, have things looking good. So spend some more money, make some more money, which is a total monthly expense of $17,000. So to whom much is given, much is expected. You know, you can just, if it's easy for you, if you just want to put a tenant in the house and only deal with one family, then cool. You know, if that's 900 to 1400, that's what we came up with, the figures that we have. If that works for you, cool. Some people don't want to take on this type of responsibility. But I'm a generational, since I've been 12 years old, you know, 11, Candyman, car wash, and everything. So I've been running a business my whole life. So this is just something else that God presented to me, the opportunity to, you know, help and also be able to make a profit and take care of my family in the same time. So with 6 residents at $5,000 per month, we have a gross income of 30 grand. And then you have all your expenses, which can be a little lower or a little higher. And also our gross income can be a little lower or a little higher based on how many residents we have at the time, or if we are charging extra because they need additional help. Also, things that you can keep in mind. So even with all those expenses, we still have a net profit of $12,900 per month. So being able to make this amount of money from one property, even if the mortgage was $6,000 and we were had monthly expenses up to 20 grand, we still would be at $10,000 per month. So to me, I love helping people, and this a benefit and a plus, and God blessed me with the opportunity. But the number one thing and the number one reason I got into this business is because I'm a real estate investor. And everything else that came with it was a byproduct of just being able to provide a great service and, you know, having a grandmother that went through this process. And I have a grandfather that's going through this process and seeing some of the places. So being able to provide the safe space is a benefit, you know, an added benefit in addition to making money, you know. So you can get into it for money only, but if you're only doing it for that, it's probably won't be something that's sustainable because you won't be going above and beyond for your family, for your residents. You know, you'll be collecting and you'll be running off and you won't know what's going on at your facility, you know. So it can be a bit more passive. You can take, let's just say, 4 grand of that money and hire or an administrator, and they can oversee everything. And then that reduce your net profits to $8,000 a month, but then it becomes fully passive. You know, so you may meet with your administrator once a week, once a month, whatever works for you. And you know, you go over numbers, you go over overhead, you go over residents, and that's something that can work for you as well. So however you decide to cut the cake or, you know, get into this business, I just want to be able to give this example and show you guys that this is real numbers, what you can expect to make. I eventually want to get into Palm Beach Gardens because I know these are real numbers and they are a little lower than what's actually being paid by residents and families um, to live in this area and to provide and receive, you know, the care that they get. So if you aren't already, make sure you subscribe. If I gave you any value, feel free to reach out to me. I appreciate the feedback and any question you guys may have. I look forward to answering them so we can continue to grow together. And I hope people are actually taking steps to getting started or, you know, getting their administrative license and working towards the goal of opening up their own facility. I'm DGT.Chuck on all social media platforms. Feel free to reach out. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.